grudges rekindled in our main event tonight at Legends Division Tag Team match, which is going to pit Bret the Hitman Hart partnered with the Ultimate Warrior, set to face the team of Hulk Hogan and Bill Goldberg.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, weighing in at 275 pounds, the Ultimate Warrior.
One of the more polarizing figures in the professional wrestling world. You either love or hate the Ultimate Warrior, depending on what camp you're in. But no matter which camp you're in, it cannot be denied the Ultimate Warrior's impact. Going back into the mid-1980s, his impact on the professional wrestling business has been significant. Now this evening, the Ultimate Warrior will be joining forces with the Hitman as they face two of their most heated rivals in Hulk Hogan and Bill Goldberg.
And his partner, representing the Hart Foundation from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart!
The legendary Hitman, the excellence of execution, joining forces with the Ultimate Warrior this evening. As many of you know, Bret the Hitman Hart and Bill Goldberg have a long-standing, heated rivalry. Going back to an injury Bret sustained at the hands of Goldberg many years ago. And of course, the rivalry between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, everyone knows. Well, watch out, London, Hulkamania's running wild. Immortal one, the legendary Hulk Hogan, referred to by some as the Babe Ruth of professional wrestling. As everyone knows, Hulk Hogan, the man who put professional wrestling into the mainstream, put it on the map, as part of pop culture legend. Indeed, Hogan himself, something of a pop culture icon with a name and an image as recognizable as Coca-Cola or McDonald's. His reason for being involved in this match is his rivalry with the Ultimate Warrior, which stems back to a reticence to pass the torch when Hulk Hogan was world champion. Warrior has held on to a certain degree of, well, bitterness as regards to this matter, and the matter's truly never been resolved between Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. It's not likely to be resolved this evening either. This London crowd isn't sweating the details. They're just thrilled to see the immortal Hulk Hogan in a main event. And as you can see, there are very few competitors in the world who can feed off the energy of a crowd quite like the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Wrestling fans, this Saturday, September the 14th, RWL will return once again to the RWL YouTube channel, with that night's edition of RWL Snarl, and in addition to the usual 2 hours of the biggest stars and the biggest matches, there's going to be a special in-ring announcement from both the general manager at Snarl, Tex Lynch, and Ray's general manager Steve Hercules Rhodes. It's gonna be another top-notch Saturday night card, this upcoming Saturday the 14th, when Snarl lands in Birmingham, England. We sure hope to see you there.
Now headed down to ringside, the absolutely sensational Bill Goldberg. As I mentioned earlier, Goldberg and Bret Hart, certainly not the best of friends. This match is not likely to improve relations between the two. Indeed, Bill Goldberg, a sensation in his earliest days in World Championship Wrestling, and the slogan and catchphrase was, "Who's next?" Goldberg tore through a slew of competitors in a very short period of time.
Weighing in at 270 pounds, Goldberg!
Goldberg, the final awaited principal in this tag team match, as the partner of Hulk Hogan. And this is going to be a Legends Division tag main event. Definitely worth the price of admission. My goodness, Bill Goldberg. Look at that. What a disturbing physical specimen is Bill Goldberg. Intimidating in the extreme. This tag team main event going to begin with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. Rekindling WrestleMania memories here, the bell rings. Ultimate Warrior delivers a series of shots, an overhand right that takes Hogan down to the mat, and in comes the Hitman. The excellence of execution. Hulk Hogan slams Bret's head down to the mat. Bret Hart catches a back body drop as the Hulkster tags in Goldberg for the first time. Bill Goldberg up against his arch rival Bret the Hitman Hart. And Bret definitely going to be looking to do some damage here as he hangs Goldberg off the top rope and sends him out onto the floor. And Bret the Hitman Hart giving immediate chase and hurling Bill Goldberg back inside the ring. In comes the Hitman. Bret Hart with a hard right hand and a kick to the gut. Bill Goldberg counters, unfazed by Bret Hart's assault. Look at this. Goldberg stopping Bret Hart cold. Whoa, fall away slam by Bill Goldberg. Follows it up with a kick to the chest, and in comes Hulk Hogan. The ref sees the tag. And the Hulkster again slams Bret's head down to the canvas. Indeed, no love lost between the Hitman and the Hulkster either. Hulk Hogan drops the leg on the arm of Bret the Hitman Hart. Hogan tags out, in comes Goldberg. And Bret Hart not answering with any offense whatsoever, as both Hogan and Goldberg have taken their share of shots at the Hitman. Look at this. Pump handle fall away by Bill Goldberg. Goldberg catches a jawbreaker from the Hitman and a running clothesline as Bret Hart savagely takes Goldberg down. I think that perhaps Bret Hart is a little bit angry at this point. Hangs Goldberg off the top rope, urging Goldberg back to his feet. Bret Hart charges running clothesline from the back. The Hitman whips Goldberg into the corner. Now torturing the arms of Bill Goldberg. Another kick to the gut. It takes, wait a minute, what's going on here? Bret Hart taking things perhaps a little bit too far on the outside, using that ring post as leverage, and trying to take apart the cartilage in the legs of Goldberg. Again, the animus between these individuals is extreme. Goldberg countering here. Bret Hart up in the electric chair position, but delivers a couple of headshots and escapes in a running bulldog. Takes Goldberg face down into the floor. Goldberg may be bleeding. Hip toss from Goldberg. Rounds Bret Hart up, takes himself back inside, leaves Bret Hart to his own devices, comes back out again. Bret Hart ready for him. Delivers a hard series of body shots. Again, Bill Goldberg practically unfazed by the attacks of Bret Hart, whose head gets slammed into the apron. Bret Hart counters Goldberg. Charges, fails to connect with the clothesline as Goldberg escorts Bret Hart back into the ring. Bill Goldberg psyched for this tag team match as Bret Hart tags in the Ultimate Warrior. Whoa, look at this. Goldberg stops the Ultimate Warrior. Colt has him up, slams him down. Immediately establishing authority over the Ultimate Warrior. Goldberg is a one-man army here. Spinning neckbreaker. As Hulk Hogan comes in, and his rival, the Ultimate Warrior, laid out, and Hulk Hogan delivers a series of rolling elbow drops and a spiteful stomp to the face, drives a knee into the head of the Ultimate Warrior. And the Hogan-Goldberg team appears to be having much of the advantage so far. Ultimate Warrior charges, fails to connect. Bill Goldberg delivers a series of shots that takes Warrior face down on the canvas. Look at this Bill Goldberg. Astounding power with the Ultimate Warrior. Finding a way out of the hole. Delivering a back rake, but Bill Goldberg again too fast. Now Goldberg. Pump handle fallaway slam on the Ultimate Warrior. As Bret Hart looks on, and he does not look pleased. Ultimate Warrior counters with a knee to the midsection. Now the Warrior with a vertical suplex on Goldberg. Ultimate Warrior trying to fight his way back in here. Has Goldberg all the way up. Look at this. Gorilla press drop from the Ultimate Warrior. Now proceeds to go to work on Bill Goldberg, going for the cover. And only a 2 count, says the official. Ultimate Warrior returns to work immediately on Goldberg. Off the ropes. There's the splash. Another cover from the Ultimate Warrior. But only a 2. Bill Goldberg still in the game. Warrior has him up a 2-handed choke slam. As Ultimate Warrior steps out, tags in Bret the Hitman Hart. And here comes the excellence of execution. Moving in on Goldberg, connects with the running clothesline. And now Bret Hart whips Goldberg into the far corner. Has him up, slams him right down. Another scoop slam. The Hitman. Little too late as Hulk Hogan gets tagged in. Running clothesline takes the Hulkster down. Bret Hart trying to escort Hogan to his corner. Succeeds in doing so. Tags in the Ultimate Warrior. We're about to see a little double team action here. Ultimate Warrior off the top rope with that elbow across the throat of Hogan. Now Hulk Hogan, for the first time in this matchup, looking like he's in some considerable trouble. Ultimate Warrior with a hard body shot. Whips Hogan out onto the apron. Another hard right hand and hangs him off the top rope, and out goes Hulk Hogan onto the floor as Bret the Hitman Hart is tagged in. The Hitman pursuing Hulk Hogan on the outside. Hogan reeled back into the ring here. The Hitman. Hulk Hogan's got him up over the shoulders and drops him head first into the turnbuckle. Hulk Hogan gets countered. The Hitman escaping the corner. And a Russian leg sweep from Bret the Hitman Hart on the Hulkster. Hulkster counters quickly back to his feet. Double axe handle takes down the Hitman Hart with authority. And now Hulk Hogan rebounds off the ropes. There's the leg drop from the Hulkster, going for the cover. 1, 2, only 2. Bret the Hitman Hart gets gathered up from Hulk Hogan. Misses with the kick. Failed to connect with the big boot. Hogan trying to make it up. Has him up in the long vertical suplex. Hulkster delivering hard right hands to the side of the head of the Hitman. Bret Hart has not looked good in this encounter. Hulk Hogan backing it up, wrapping it ready. Boom, there it is, the elbow across the face of Bret the Hitman Hart. As Hulk Hogan continues to gradually disassemble the Hitman here. Now into a submission. Ultimate Warrior there to make the save. Now Hulk Hogan escorts Ultimate Warrior to the outside and resumes his work on Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart counters with a kick, connects with the running clothesline, takes Hogan down to the mat, gathers him back up again, and head first into the buckle goes Hulk Hogan. As Bret the Hitman Hart turns on the aggression here. Head first into the buckle again for the Hulkster. Now a hard chop across the chest from the Hitman. Bret Hart turning it and kicking it into another gear, but tags in the Ultimate Warrior. Now Ultimate Warrior with the Hulkster right where he wants him. Delivers an elbow drop, and Hulk Hogan tags out, and in comes Goldberg. Goldberg and the Ultimate Warrior, what a match those two are on a single basis alone. Spinning neck breaker from Goldberg. Ultimate Warrior counters with an elbow. The Warrior catches elbows to the midsection from Bill Goldberg. Ultimate Warrior counters with a knee to the midsection. Now Ultimate Warrior just slams Bill Goldberg down to the canvas, and in comes Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart moves in on Goldberg. They lock up. And another Russian leg sweep from the Hitman. Bret Hart, here we go. Bret Hart initiating the sharpshooter. He's got it locked in. Goldberg with absolutely no recourse but to tap out. This one is over. Bret the Hitman Hart and the Ultimate Warrior win this one by submission.
Here are your winners, the Ultimate Warrior and Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman and the Warrior celebrating this victory over Hulk Hogan and Goldberg, with Bret the Hitman Hart scoring the tap-out win over Goldberg himself, and I imagine that's got to feel pretty good to the Hitman. What an amazing, amazing matchup we've had here. Legends Division Tag, and the Ultimate Warrior also doing his part against Hulk Hogan in this astounding matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this evening's edition of RWL Championship Wrestling. I hope that you'll be with us Saturday night on the 14th, when RWL Snarl, Wally Cardell, Tex Lynch, and Johnny Bianco will return at that time. Until then, for all of us here at RWL, I'm Don Hickson, again saying thank you so much for being part of RWL, and we will see you next time. Good night, everyone.